able to avoid it. Joining me now is Mark McKinnon. He's the vice chairman of Public Strategies, Inc., and former media consultant for President Bush. Mark, I want to talk to you about this theory, because I've never believed that all these things were orchestrated until this last week, because everything was just too tied up. The AIG revolt that President Obama and Geithner and everybody else knew about. They asked him about it in the press conference last night. They said, how come he didn't say anything? He said, well, I wanted to know what was going on before I said anything. Bullcrap. Bullcrap. These people out on the streets, who organized this, Mark?
Well, the SEIU did, which is one of the fastest growing labor movements in America, 2 million members strong, and the head of that union is Andy Stern, who is a charismatic, talented, and completely ruthless individual who's trying to engineer a hostile takeover of American business and, by the way, a hostile takeover of the American labor movement. Okay.
May I ask you here, let's just see, the Service Union International, Service Employees International Union, just help me out on some of these. They have 2 million members. What a weird surprise. They oversee healthcare workers.
That's right. Healthcare workers, public service, and
wait, public service,
hospital workers.
Wait a minute, you don't mean public service like government workers, do you?
Like government workers, exactly.
Shut up! Wait a minute. The guys who were protesting in front of AIG last week, covering the dead fish. Wait a minute. They had something to do with government employees and healthcare workers. That's weird. What are some
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking. They represent more immigrant workers than any other union in the United States. So wait a minute, they're also connected to, like, immigrant labor?
That's exactly right, Glenn.
Wow, okay. How much they couldn't have spent an awful lot of money, though, last year on Barack Obama's campaign.
Well, they spent over $30 million, and they were part of the effort that helped collect over $500 million that held Democratic members of running for office hostage in exchange for their votes for the card check legislation.
But you're just trying to, I mean, here it is, a big conspiracy. Okay, so they spent, what was it, $30 million and helped raise $500 million. But they certainly couldn't have had anything to do with the election, especially like any important states or anything like that.
Well, in fact, they let a good number of their workers took off from their jobs to enlist for Barack Obama.
What?
And campaigned in key critical swing states.
But wait a minute, like Nevada, they weren't the ones.
Like Nevada.
Well, they weren't the ones who said, hey, these people have to work. We have to put these polling booths there in the casinos. It wasn't.
That
same.
Exactly. Right again.
Wow.
Right again. SEIU. Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. Let me ask you this. They also seem to have called for the ouster of Ken Lewis, the CEO of Bank of America.
That's right.
They also are running ad campaigns for Harry Reid. They're also rallying against the employee or for the Employee Free Choice Act, which is
that's right. They're the driving force behind card check, which, by the way, had a significant development yesterday when Arlen Specter, who was their 60th vote, said that he's going to vote against it when he recognized that it was bad for the American economy.
Well,
The real hypocrisy here, Glenn, is the SEIU has been charged with unfair labor practices by its own employees.
Oh, no, please. Please, I don't want some spontaneous, rally to break out against me or anybody else. I mean, boy, all of a sudden, if you have people picketing outside that seem to be connected to the White House and everything that's going on and big government, wow, that's weird. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you again, Mark. John Rich is coming up next.